Hello, Fredak here. Fred ACC, all one word. Alrighty, so it is Thursday, and this Saturday we've got the Belmont Stakes being run up at Saratoga Springs at 1.25 miles. It's going to be an exciting race. All the Triple Crown races are. We got a rematch of the Derby and the Preakness winner together in there. So today we're going to give a little bit of insight about the Belmont Stakes. First up, I'd like to thank you all for being here. For many of you who have subscribed to the channel, you're picking up lots of interesting tidbits about how to make the monies. It's all about making the monies. So, what do we got for the Belmont Stakes? Alrighty, let's run this by you. Now, if you notice from my profile, those are the silks from Affirmed. Affirmed versus Alydar. You ever want to watch a tremendous Belmont Stakes? I was there that day. All the marbles were on the line. Affirmed versus Alydar. Alydar puts ahead in front. Tremendous race. With everything on the line. The Triple Crown on the line. Alrighty, so Saturday's Triple Crown Belmont Stakes. Unfortunately, it's going to be run at 1.25 miles, not 1.5 miles, the classic test of champions. And to me, that's the whole backdrop of the Triple Crown, is that it's 1.25 miles, cuts back to 1 mile and 3/16 2 weeks later, with a 3-week breather, very short time span to roll right back to the grueling 1.5 miles. Not many horses can sustain their peak form for all three of those races. I also do believe in modern times it's become much more difficult because there are certain horses that by February and March, they're plotting every race, every workout. Their path is to the Belmont Stakes. They're skipping the Derby, they're skipping the Preakness. They're looking for the Belmont Stakes. So that makes it that much tougher for that horse that can conquer the Derby and the Preakness 2 weeks later, cutting back in distance. But let's get right to the action. I'm not a big fan of Saratoga running this Belmont Stakes up there, but they're refurbishing Belmont Park, cutting the distance back to 1.25 miles from 1.5 miles, probably because we'd have to start on the turn, and that would give a decided advantage to the inside posts. I would have rather made 1 mile and 5/8, make it a little bit longer, even a little more grueling, but it's a lot to ask for young 3-year-olds that have never been that beyond 1.25 miles. Alrighty, let's get right to all the good stuff. So, we've got the number 2 horse, Sovereignty. That's the Kentucky Derby winner. Then we have the number 6 horse, Baeza. We have the number 7 horse, Journalism, a tremendous Preakness run by Journalism. The gut feeling is that Sovereignty, the 2, and Journalism, the 7, are going to take the majority of the money. Baeza figures strongly. And the way the race looks to set up, in my opinion, this is not financial advice, just the idea swirling around in Fredak's head. I think Baeza is going to sit a very good trip, somewhere in around 3rd, 4th, or 5th, and then be able to make his move coming around the turn. He'll probably make the first move to the lead at the top of the stretch. If he takes the lead in mid-stretch, I gotta figure he's a strong candidate to run 1st or 2nd. The price should be fair, 4-5 to 1, maybe even a little higher. So I'll be playing the exactas, using the 6 horse Baeza, with the 2 Sovereignty, with the 7. I'll be playing 6-2, 6-7, 2-6, 7-6. I'll play a little bit heavier on the 6-2 and a little bit heavier on the 6-7. But as in horse racing, anything can happen. Personally, I'm a big believer that big race days are some of the toughest days out there. Very difficult to make money because all the races are champion horses. They're all so good. The degree of difficulty is very strong. Any slight mishap, you're not going to run 1st or 2nd in a lot of those big purse races. Difficult day. I'd rather wait for my trip notes. My trip notes have often run very strongly for those of you who follow my trip notes. Still, it's a mathematical equation, and everybody's trying to make money. As I've stated, for the Belmont Stakes, and for those of you who do subscribe, you can check out some of my other postings. A lot of interesting stuff. We've got things posted on Generational Wealth back in October. Huge winner with the XRP. We're just waiting to become multi-millionaires. Hopefully you'll subscribe and start tuning in, start making some monies. We're going to have some trip note alerts in the next couple of weeks. We're starting to make some notes, finding the time. Alrighty, so we've got Baeza to run first or second in there for the Belmont. Tough race, not betting a lot of money. Want to have a trip note, want to have a mathematical advantage and the odds are in my favor, then we'll lay down the pesos and make the monies. Alrighty, may all your days be winning ones. Pick some winners.